Hello everybody, welcome back. A real quick video then, nothing a great deal more to add than what was said yesterday, or especially last night in that live stream. So we'll start with the Bitcoin dominance chart for those who are interested in altcoins. And what I've been saying for ages now is that, you know, alt seasons generally occur when Bitcoin dominance turns to a resistance level. So as we're so low and we're having a reversal on the dominance chart, some altcoins will outperform Bitcoin, but the vast majority, you know, by a long shot, will underperform and lose sats, and which would basically mean that the safer place to be, if anywhere. There's not really a safe place in crypto, but if anywhere, would be in a Bitcoin position, you know, mostly, and until we reach a resistance level where we can think about hedging back into some altcoins, and not just any old altcoin, the ones with the strong charts or the decent setups, preferably the ones with decent setups against Bitcoin, rather than just Tether, but both would obviously be key to look at, both charts, and yeah, entry points would begin here and also here. Now, it doesn't mean that that's definitely the way it's going to work out, but it's the best way to go into altcoins anyway. So as you can see, you know, we are reversing already, and just a quick look, if we just go to Binance here, we can have a look on the Bitcoin pairs, and the vast majority of them are down versus Bitcoin, which just shows that, I mean obviously there's always outliers, but look at the ones that are outliers, and they're generally nothing really, none of the main ones, which would suggest that generally speaking Bitcoin is the better place to be. So that is the altcoin situation. Let's just have a look at Bitcoin. So it's not doom and gloom anymore. I know a lot of people have seen that dump last night and gone, oh no, it's all a scam, but really it's not all a scam at all. I mean, it's just a chart, and when we see something getting overheated like this, breaking right outside of the Bollinger Band, going above the 200 exponential and towards the top side of resistance of this accumulation inside range, well, we have to expect a pullback. So we got that pullback, and that's fine, and we pulled back to more or less test the inside part of the Bollinger Band here. And actually, I remember that level. I believe that's to do with the 4 hourly. Yeah, we kind of danced around this zone here and being supported on this the 10 exponential. So I'm actually still in favour of this working out. Look, we've got a golden cross here down at 34,000, sorry. And wouldn't be surprised if we saw a dump down into that. It's not the end of the world. I mean, we're back inside the inside range, which is the important thing. We've got certain signs of strength building on the 4 hourly, which will then transfer to the 12 hourly, which will then move to the daily, and cause the uptrend. But for the moment, it's back in the inside range of accumulation, which basically means that we've got more chance to pick it up now, and it doesn't look like we're likely to make lower lows, although that's not set in stone. Of course, we could always break down from here, but given that 4 hourly looking quite, you know, quite tasty like that, showing signs of actual strength, plus we broke out of this descending wedge formation, plus we broke out of this descending channel on the RSI, plus we're turning up on the MACD. You know, there's a lot of signs now to say that although we may stay within this range for another month, or maybe even two, perhaps, it's looking quite likely that we double bottomed around here. And if we assume that to be the case, then we can accumulate in a way a little bit less stress than accumulating down here as we were doing before. So this was a zone that was being bought up by me within this range, and then obviously that was the last time I bought any Bitcoin was down here, because I mapped that from ages back, saying that we're likely to test 28,000, between 28 and 29. So I haven't bought any more Bitcoin since then, and I probably won't, because this is all, it's all been picked up for me. I've got plenty if we break down to buy here and down here, and perhaps maybe even down here, even lower if we break down. But for the moment, you know, yeah, I buy zone by zone. So even though I've got more available capital left, doesn't mean I'm going to throw it all back in here. This area has been bought out ages ago, over a month ago now. So not really interested in buying any more in this zone. Might sound like a weird strategy to you, but it's basically the safest way to go about doing things. And when alt season comes round, I will start to throw some money into hopefully some relatively oversold Bitcoin pairs. So that's what I'm looking for. But for the moment, yeah, we're back at the inside range. We're probably going to continue with an accumulation phase with a bit more of a bullish overtone to it. But don't expect anything enormous and massive to break out again. You know, this last week's been pretty good, or should I say this last 7 days have been pretty good so far. Cooling off period is quite likely, and even a retest of around 33,000 is not unlikely. And all of that is fine, because what we've seen now is certain things start to turn up in favour of the bulls, and the accumulation seems to be, I suppose, more of a... You could almost confidently say that this is now definitely an accumulation phase. But being an accumulation phase means that it's going to be volatile, it's going to be up and down, it's going to be frustrating, it's going to be hard to trade it, which is why you basically just buy into it, whether it's the inside range, the outside range, or the middle of whatever. Yeah, you know, and then you just wait for the trend to begin again. And I was saying this on the live stream, if this is an accumulation range, this is the inside, this is the outside. If we finish and break out of the outside range, finishing the accumulation at around about 49,000, that's the breakout of accumulation. The all-time high won't take a great deal of time to break from there, and we would be looking at probably a Bitcoin of around $100,000 or more. But for me, working things level by level and trying to spot or guess a specific price of where this is going to go, I'm not really one of those people that can say, oh, we're going to go to 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000. We can speculate, and I think 100,000 is likely, but also it's not unlikely to expect a great deal more than that. But for the moment, the one thing I can say is that accumulation is continuing, but at least the 4-hourly has turned up ever so slightly now. Now, if we broke down from this 200 exponential here, that would be a bad thing. So closures below 34,000 would concern me a little bit more. But for the moment, you know, we're well above that and technically uptrending here on a 4-hourly, so that's good. The closures below there would entertain the idea that this whole situation is going to be written off, and we will then go back down to test the lows and maybe even put in some new lows. But for the moment, we play the cards we're dealt, and the cards are looking good. I'm okay with that, even if we come down to test this. In fact, I would welcome that retest just to prove that it can be a support and see if we can catch a bounce from there. But yeah, as far as altcoins are concerned, I'm leaving them alone for the moment, but I am focusing on quite a few of them for when it's time to rotate from a Bitcoin position into an altcoin position. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.